Yeah, so today's session will be about mostly be about revision session for quiz one, and it will be from week one to week four content, which will be going through, and then maybe we'll try to solve few questions of the mock. I assume that you guys have already gone through the content and may have also done the questions. So, uh, believing on that assumption, I will move forward and will cover the concept a little bit faster than the usual pace. Okay, so we'll just go through the key topics within that week, and then we'll move forward from there. Okay, so that will be the kind of session in this. Tanmay, what do you want to say?
Yes, I have some doubt in PYQ. So is this the right session to discuss those?
PYQ. Okay, I will try to cover it in the later part of the session, maybe. Okay. Yeah, okay. I have shared one link in the chat. You guys can go there and open it. Meanwhile, I'm not able to share my screen, so I'll wait for a few minutes there. But the link what I've shared, that particularly is the main thing which will be covered in the session. You just have to go through those content, and it will be helpful for you. So something like that. Uh, I am. Uh, I'll rejoin. Hopefully, I can share my screen. Right now, I'm not able to share my screen. Give me a minute. Yeah. Okay. Good. So now I'll share my screen. Hope you guys can hear me.
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Okay. Good. Yeah. I have shared my screen. I've shared the link. I'll share it again for the doc which I'll be using.
The
Particularly
link which you shared is has redirected me to a website where it's asking for a login.
a website.
Read AI, something like that.
No, no, that is not the link. That is something else, I guess. I'll reshare it. Yeah. So try this one. Yeah. So it should go to this page. And the first link I have given for the mock, it is given in the portal itself. You can just use it to revise your concept and all. But yeah, we'll start off from here. We'll be moving forward a little faster than usual, and hopefully you know these things already. So it will be just a recap kind of thing. Okay, in week one, we have talked about data set, how variable works, what kind of data types are there, and there's something called iteration loop or something like that. So these were the basic thing which we have covered in week one. So particularly, what is data set? It is a structured collection of data. So it can be in form of uh, cards, or it can be manipulated from card to table. So it can be used as a record. Each record will have particularly your field can have name value or name plus value, alphanumeric values, something like that. So each record will consist of that kind of field. It can contain multiple fields. In our course, we are dealing with few of the data sets, scores data sets, shopping bill, and others, which you know already. Then we talk about variable. If we are working in a programming domain, we have to uh, tell that which kind of variable is it. So we have to define it and give it a name, and it can be a key value pair kind of thing. So if some student has, let's say, 50 marks in mathematics, they can be written as math mark equal to 50. So it can be integer variable, and it can vary. So it can change over the time. So they can improve upon those score, and then it can become 60 or 70, something like that. It is uh, very normal for a variable to change. On other hand, there are few variable which should remain constant throughout. So a maximum marks, if you are defining, let's say in the starting of your iteration, you have to define it as the maximum. It shouldn't be changed. So let's say if you have in our scores data set, we have a maximum mark of 100. We cannot go beyond 100. So 100 is our constant variable. It won't change over the time. It will stay like that, and we have to perform some operation around that column. So this is kind of two things which you have gone through in the variable side. After that, you have studied about iterator or iteration. In that, you have to start off with something. You have maybe pile of card. You have uh, maybe tables to be read or something like that. So it is there in the starting. You have to initialize with something. Let's say you are starting to count something. It can start with count equal to 0. So it starts with that, and then you have a process to be performed or procedure to be performed after that particular count. So that part is there. After that process or procedure is done, you repeat the task for every card in the pile, and count can increase, decrease, or any other operation you want to do around that iteration. So something like that can be iteration or iterator. And sometimes you want, let's say in the same count, you believe that only I want to count only those who are scoring more than 50 in mathematics, maybe, right? So it can be called as filter. So we are filtering out few things and then counting. So this is one of the things which you have studied in the week one. And then after that, you defined a kind of iterative process in terms of flowchart. You draw something and then use that particular drawing to understand how my iteration is working. So in the same corner, we have studied about flowchart. It start off with an oval shape of terminal, and after that, if there is some process to be performed, it can be rectangular shape. Uh, okay. And when you have to make some decision, you have to use a diamond shape of icon. I believe you remember those things. If you don't remember, you can go to this particular folder, and in week one you have a graph for that. And if there is some input output, you have a parallelogram kind of terminal which you will be using. There is not too much of use of it, but anyways, you can use it. And at the end, arrow will be connecting these four kind of symbols. So this is what we have studied in flowchart. So few example have been given. You start off with something and then end with that. uh, it can This flowchart can be written as a stepwise manner. You believe one step, second step, till the point it ends. So why we came to this part where we are writing off in steps, because we wanted this flowchart to be easily understandable by the computer, and the logic what we want, it should be written in a simple text, because sharing a flowchart or an image will be little difficult than sharing a text in this manner, right? So uh, even though creating a flowchart was helping us to understand how the logic was working, but it is hard to share or give or modify one of the, maybe one of the blocks of the code. So you have to redesign your flowchart again to do that. So that's where we thought of we should go ahead with stepwise manner of writing the same flowchart, and it can be in English text. So it should start, and then initialization should happen like this, and then you should pick some card. You should add or do some operation over here in the middle of the iteration, and then you should repeat it, and it should end at certain point when you are done with all these things. So something like that we have done. We have also talked about sanity. We have also talked about data type. So sanity is basically you, when you are performing some operation, or so you are performing some addition, multiplication, and some kind of thing. So you should be first of all understanding that you cannot go beyond a range. So you have a restriction of range. Let's say if somebody is scoring 80 in maybe physics, they cannot score beyond 100. It can be inside 100, and they cannot uh, score in minus. Obviously they can score in minus in some courses, but here in this there is a sanity, or there is a range where they have to follow. So it can start with 0 and it should end at 100. They cannot score 800 or something like that. So there is a certain restriction about the range. And the other sanity which we have talked about is basically you cannot uh, write something. Let's say if somebody has a name, you cannot write a number in it. So number means, if name equal to 23 is not a likely name to be written, right? It is not nowadays. Yes, if you talk about Elon Musk and they can write it, but usually you don't see like that, right? So that is one of the restriction which you should be having. You have to write alphabets, English alphabet or any other alphabet. You cannot write integer. So that is the restriction which you have. And now one restriction is that you cannot multiply, let's say, name, right? So let's say somebody has a Rahul in the first name, and then somebody has Rishabh. So you cannot multiply Rahul and Rishabh, right? It is not uh, it won't be feasible, right? It is not a correct way to perform that. So that those things are to be noticed, and it should come under sanity. You should not do those things. So you have to look out for those things and then perform or start off your programming code or iteration. So something like that. Now, so we have talked about data type and their subtype as well. Basically Boolean comes for it says that it can have true or false return values, and Boolean can perform and or not operations, and integer will be mostly integer 1 2 3 4, and they can perform the arithmetic operation which you see. And character will be like A B C D, or any numeric 1 2 3 4, but it should be inside a quote, and it should be a character. It looks like a character, and they can be comparable. So in terms of, let's say, is it a male or female? So M or F, something like that. This can come under character type of data type. And basically string. So string is those character combining together and creating a word. So that is kind of a string. So you do comparison, or you do concatenation. You add those strings. Sometimes you compare those strings. Let's say you're checking for name. So if somebody has same name in other card also, so that comparison can happen around the string data type. Okay. So you have seen multiple subtype as well. Marks is the subtype of integer value, so it is coming from here. You can do the comparison here. Count is also integer type of value. There is, you cannot divide particularly. So sequence number shouldn't be divisible or multiplied. Uh, Gender, as I said, character is there, male, female, it is character type, and the name can be alphanumeric or alphabetical string. And there are few complex data type which we have talked about in the ending of the session, where we have seen two kind of uh, data type which are there. So record is there and list is there. So record can be seen as a example. Let's say if you go to shopping bill data set, you have multiple thing written over there, and then they can be written as a key value pair. So item name can become a key, and then you can have a value of milk. Quantity can have value of 2 and something like that. So this particular full thing in one row is one record, you would say. And let's say if you have multiple record in such way, you can post them together inside a list. So item 1, item 2, item 3, something like that. So this is these are the two, record and list operations or data types. Any doubts still here? Any questions you have in this point? These things you have already seen, and hopefully you remember those things.
Can we discuss and or operation when we use what is the difference?
And or operation. You want me to take an example, or you just want to discuss that? What do you mean by these things?
To take an example.
Okay. Maybe so. Let's say I tell you there are two things. Here, you have this line written over here. How? What are you understanding from this? What is the expectation from this line?
Marks is greater than 50 and gender is only equals to female.
Yeah. So this line says, give me those marks which are greater than 50, and it should also be a gender as female. This is what we are checking. Let's say I tell you that either it should be more than 50, or it should be a gender female. uh, what will you understand from that?
I didn't get it.
So let's say here you said that it is asking for marks more than 50 and gender should be female. Two things to be considered, right?
Yes.
Now I'm saying either more than 50 or it should be gender as female. Now what you are
Both
understanding?
both statements are same.
Both statement are same.
Yes.
No, I guess if you are saying more than 50, then it considered both male and female because you haven't included the gender section. But if you're saying uh, like the second option, then you are considering filtering on the second option.
Yeah, so this line which is written over here,
Mhm.
and what I'm saying, so either more than 50 or gender should be female, both line are different or same?
Nay, in this statement, you are considering both of these conditions should satisfy to make a outcome. Whereas if you consider or, if any of the conditions satisfy, then it will give a result.
Okay. Now the person before you was asking about it.
Yes.
Are you understanding?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So basically, when we use or, it can be either of them or both of them maybe. So it can happen like it will be more than, so for, let's say first card you have picked, it is 60 marks and gender is female. So in this condition which is written over here, it will satisfy. And the other condition which I've said, marks more than 50 or gender female, there also it should satisfy. So both condition will satisfy for this condition for the pile 1 card. Then let's say the second card comes and there you have more than 50, and that is, let's say, 16, but gender is male. So here it won't satisfy, but in the second statement which I'm making, let's say, mark more than 50 and or gender should be female, there it should satisfy. Are you getting what I said?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Right? Yeah. There is one question around this, I guess, here. So let's talk about this for a second or minute. So first A here it says 2 equal to 2 or 2 greater than 3. First of all, is this correct statement to make? Is it possible?
Uh, yes.
Okay, let's go back to this part.
If you
So
can come again, I missed you on that part.
yeah, so for the lady, can you see these operator? You have multiple equal to's. Can you see that?
Yes, only equals to female.
Yeah. Now come back here. Now tell me, is this looking correct for a comparison?
No,
No.
because if 2 is
No.
equal to 2, then 2 can't be greater than 3. Or no, no, wait a second.
Here single equal to
Yeah,
valid
yeah, it
assigning
is.
divided.
Yeah, it satisfy 1, na? So it is valid.
Okay. See this only. Do you think this is how things should be
No, no, no.
when
Double
you are
equal to
comparing?
double
Yeah.
pipe. Double pipe.
Yes. Correct. So double equal to should be there. Uh, so even if it is correct or something, the first condition is wrongly written. So what do you
Invalid.
think? Yeah. Okay.
Invalid expression.
Invalid
Good.
expression.
Right. So if let's say if it was double equal to, then tell me what should be the correct one. So 2 double equal to
It's
2
true.
or
True.
Yeah, one condition it holds, not so in that case it would be true.
yeah, so it will be
False,
true.
I think so.
False? Why false? 2 is not equal to 2?
N means both conditions must be satisfied, no, sir.
No, no,
In the
no. I said about this only. First one.
okay, that's
Or
fine. I'm talking about B.
no, no, no. First one only, and then we'll move forward for B. So if it was double equal to there, it should have satisfied and it should have been true. So this is that. Now, second one. So you have 2 double equal to 2 where comparison is happening, and then you are saying and this one,
False. 2 is not greater than 3.
False.
right? Correct. Very good. Again, you have C. So is this correct?
False. No, no,
Yeah.
not
False.
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 No, no, sorry, sorry. So wait,
Valid
wait.
expression.
Invalid.
Invalid. Yeah, yeah, invalid.
Okay. And the D. Here you have a integer plus a character. So what should be the answer?
Maybe fifth one.
Okay, good.
No, no,
Eh,
no. It is false.
It is false. But it is not comparing, it is just doing a operation of arithmetic operation. So it is adding or concatenating. Two things can happen.
I'm not clear on this expression. Like column 2.
I think it's not valid.
Just a concatenate expression. So.
Yeah. So two things are there. So these two shouldn't be the case because it is either concatenating or it is adding up. So 4 and 5 can be answer or the first one. So now tell me, what do you guys think?
Invalid. Also,
Invalid
expression.
expression.
Let's see the options maybe. Yeah, do we have? Yeah, we have three options which are saying D1. Before going to E, let's see if we have the same kind of answers which we have got from the previous three. So first, A we have said it should
Invalid.
be invalid. So B or D comes to the picture. Now, B
It's
here,
false.
yeah,
3.
it is false.
Yes. And
Yeah,
these
because
options.
all of them are three. Okay. Okay. So B and D is still there. Now, for the third one also we have said invalid. So B is the answer, is it?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Now, after seeing the option, D should be invalid expression, and EF should be a true statement to make.
Yeah.
Any doubts here? Why we
On
have
the
said?
expression of D, I have a doubt. Like how you,
Yeah.
if you can elaborate that on the D.
Okay. So what are you understanding from there? What is happening there?
There is an integer which we have taken as a 2. It can
Yeah.
be number of student or maximum marks, whatever it is. And in this, where you have taken bracket 2, that I'm not clear about.
That is character. So this is character data type which you have seen here.
So
It is
here ABC, okay.
not completely. So it can be either number or anything, but it should be one character. So it should be inside a quotes, double quotes or single quote. But yeah, so this should be a character data type. Now what you're doing there is you are trying to add a integer with this character. According to the logic which we have, let's say in Python, this is possible. So it will do what? It can do this line number 5. You're getting it? So it should add 2 plus 2. It should be a 22 in Python. It can be possible in JavaScript as well, in programming language. But here it is not correct because we are talking about sanity of the data. Okay. So we won't be able to add a integer to a character data type. You should add a character to a character data type, an integer to an integer data type, a string to a string data type. So if string addition happen, that is called as concatenation. So something like this should happen. So if both the part of the this D operation should be is a character data type, you should get a result like this.
But sir,
Right now
here
it
is,
is integer plus, yeah.
but sir, column two is it's a whole string.
It you can find it as a string, but here it is a character data type.
But sir, column one here the one is integer.
Yeah, you're saying this as a string.
In column one integer, sir, one integer. But column two whole is the string.
Yeah, so see, understand this. Character is one character, right? Alphabet, one alphabet.
Yes,
If
sir.
you concatenate two of the characters, it should become a string, right? That is more than one alphabet is there. That should become a string, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
It won't remain a character. So if you add a plus a, it becomes double A. That means it is a string now. or a plus n, it become a n, like that. So it becomes a string. It should become a string. But here it is not possible because integer, you are adding two different data types. It shouldn't happen. Are you getting it? So
Yes,
in
sir.
C programming language, if you go, if you have defined two as a integer, and then after that you have a character data type, it will give you a error that it is not possible. It is wrong. You are adding two different data types. Okay, so this thing you have to keep in mind. So you can check the answer if it is correct or not. Okay. Okay, let's come back to the document. Let's go ahead with week 2. Uh, till now, everything is fine, right? You don't have questions?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay, good. So in this week, week 2, we have talked about how to proceed from flowchart. Uh, as we have also talked about, we can change our flowchart to a stepwise manner. We can write it down step 1, step 2, step 6, and something like that. Uh, but still, we were struggling because we had to define a future consent happening or a past thing happening. So what we were doing is, let's say if we started off, initialize stage is there, but then when we were trying to loop through a content, we didn't knew where to proceed, so we had to write go to step 6 if you are done, if there is no pile. But there was no step 6 at that particular point because nothing was done in between step 3, 4, 5, 6. There was nothing, right? So it was little bit confusing in that part. So we were not understanding where to go ahead with future or past, how to write that. So that was also not working. So after that, we have decided to go ahead with a pseudocode kind of environment. Pseudocode provides us a more like a coding language which we talk to computer and do our task. It was doing the same thing what was our flowchart was giving to us, and also stepwise text was giving to us, but in a good manner and understandable manner, and lesser kind of confusing state. So we have written like this. So one of the example is about counting the card. So we have still the initialization step like that. We are starting off with count, but now we were talking about some looping condition. So while loop comes to the picture, here we have said we'll be using curly braces to start and end the particular loop. We have also said we will add parameter inside this particular thing, and then whatever should be done as a procedure, it should be written inside this while loop. So this is what we have talked about. This is how we have written as a pseudocode. There are a few examples which you can just see. Before this, we have also written start and end, but because it was easier to understand that it is starting and ending at certain point, we have removed that from there, and it was working fine for us. So count card will have this only pseudocode, so it was okay. We were just ignoring. We were not using start and end every time whenever we are writing a pseudocode. So this was that. We have talked about while, and when we were working with while loop, and then we have let's say we have few condition to check. We then came across if condition, else condition, and then we were doing some comparison. One of the example is this one. So even though we have initialized this sum equal to 0, while is starting off with checking the card in pile 1, then after picking up, we are checking if the gender is male or not. So this comparison is happening. So x dot gender should be m character, and it should match with m here. And then if it is matching, then we were doing some operation. I forgot to mention the curly braces, but yeah, you can assume that it is there, right? So it then only the summation will be happening. Otherwise, it will ignore and move on to the other card in the pile. So this is what the comparison was happening. So now we had a knowledge about a while loop. We have a knowledge about a conditional loop happening. This is if condition, and then also we were doing some comparison in that. So whenever we were doing comparison, we were using if condition, else condition, or else if condition. So these are the things which were discussed there. Yeah, somebody want to speak? Okay, mute yourself if you are unmute. Okay, so when we talked about example, these are the key things which you should remember. So this equal to is assignment. So when you see, this is assigning anything. So if you want to create a variable or initialize something, this assignment will happen, and equal to should be used there. So to store some value here, this is the important one. And then if you have to do comparison, let's say, so you have to do double equal to. These comparisons should be done like this, double equal to. And then let's say if you are comparing, you can also use this bracket and equal to, something like that. And conditional is if else, and else if is there, and iteration for while. So whenever something needs to be repeated, it should be used as while. Whenever there is some decision to be made, it should be understandably given as if, and inside that you have to do the equality check in whenever you are doing this if condition, not for else. And the assignment should be in the starting. Yeah.
Also, we use and or in the condition. If I'm not wrong.
Yeah, we have used. So particularly that is not coming under a symbol, so that's why I've just not added it. In the first question it is there, like this. So and can be used here if you have two comparison happening in one particular place. You can use either of the Boolean operations here. So and or can be used here. But till this point, I guess we have not studied about that, and I guess so that's why it is not there. In week 2, hopefully it was not there. Anyways, yeah. So this is till week 2. Any questions till this point?
No, sir.
Right. So till now we have a idea about variable, how it should be stored, how a comparison should happen, how loops should be performed, how conditional operations should be performed, how the comparison inside the conditional loop is happening. So something like that we have now a good idea about. After that, I guess we have not taken the week 3 session. I have not taken the week 3 session, but in that you might have studied about, uh, we have already studied in the week 1 itself that if we are having some data in a card format, we can also use it in a table format. So it can be converted to a table, and then we can use it in a better manner. So for example, the cards data which you have seen was about scores data set. You had sequence number, name, gender, marks of those courses and all. So it can be written as attribute or a maybe column kind of thing, and then each row can be given as a record or something, right? You have seen already the PDF. The same kind of formatting is the card kind of formatting can be given to a table kind of formatting, and then we can use it. So the extraction process is that. After that, because we were working with pseudocodes and we were working with the data set, we thought of, or we have seen that few of the pseudocode were reusable. What do you mean by that? So reusable means, so what we have seen is, let's say we are comparing two rows, right? In that comparison we are comparing if they are gender their gender is female, and also checking if they have scored 100 marks in physics. Okay, so this comparison was happening. Along with that, are they from the same city? So this comparison was happening. Now, if it was happening for all the card, we can create a procedure to which we can just give the card detail, that these are the detail, keep it with you, and just give me the result. So this is what we were doing. This thing, this phenomena, what I've said. So there was some task to be performed, but I don't wanted to do it. But I just wanted to tell to this particular pseudocode, keep these detail, keep the parameter detail, keep the return value what I want, and give me the result. That's it. I won't do anything. I just call you and do it for me. So this thing happening is called as procedure. Okay, so this is a procedure where you are having the data, but you are giving this procedure the parameter and telling it that give me a return value, and you can do anything with the data and just give me the result, the return value. This is what I want, and that procedure will do for every other card or every other two cards. So this procedure was doing this thing, because we had to do it for all the cards. We have to compare with all the cards. It was little cumbersome, right? So it was little difficult to do for us. So that's why I said, please do it for me. Just give me the result. So this is where the procedure comes. So something like that. So it is written here also. Procedure is a reusable pseudocode template for common computation. So what is happening multiple times, you will just call a procedure and it will do it for you. So let's say,
So
yeah,
it's like function.
yeah, it can be called as function. So you just call for it and it will give you some return value. And you can either give it a parameter that these are the things you should be considering, and then you should give me a result. But two things should be common in most of the procedure, that it should start off with some data and it should return something. Otherwise there is no point of having that procedure. So it should return some value. It can be true, false, it can be a value, integer value, or anything kind like that, right? So that's why procedure come to the picture. uh, After that, you can just see the example. I guess you can just see how it can be called. uh, this one, this marks, it is taking some parameter, uh, male, or I don't know what that means. So male, and then total of that particular score, or the student. It is asking for this. Now it is not bothered about what is happening inside some marks. Okay, some marks is a procedure which is happening. It will take the gender, it will take the total score, and then it will do something, and at the end it can give you a result, and that result will be used by you. So in one of the cases, you can just store it in this one, this variable, and you can use it wherever you want. There can be one of the scenario where you are asking for updating some result. Okay, you can update the marks. This can also happen. If at the end it returns you the updated marks, that is your procedure done, right? Hope you're making, I am making sense to you, that these are the things that. Okay, till this point, any questions about procedures? Okay, I guess hopefully no. These are the benefits. You can just read it. One person in the previous class said, I didn't understood what is interface and implementation. So just I have just written the one line for each of them. So interface is, well, let's first read what is given in the slide, and then I will give you one example which you can think of. Okay, so interface is the contract, what the procedure does, what input or the parameter it takes, and what output you are expecting it to give. So this is one definition for interface. implementation is actual thing or actual code that performs those operations which you wanted. So implementation is like that. So let me give you one example. It is nothing related to with the coding, but you might be able to understand. So let's say you have gone to a shop. In that shop, you can see multiple blocks over there. Let's say in one block you have uh, biscuits. In the other block you have uh, spray or soap or something like that. So you have different blocks, right? But all the blocks will look similar, isn't it? If you have gone to a shop, maybe yes or no? All the block looks similar, right? You have cells, 3 4 cells, and then again you have 3 4 cells. uh, yes, no? Have you seen, have you gone to a shop?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it looks like that, right? So you have different blocks where you have these kind of things, but those cells would be same, but the content or the thing which is there inside that cell can be different. So one of them can be uh, good day biscuit, one of them can be some cream biscuit. In the other cell there can be premium perfume, there can be maybe scent, there can be roll on. They are different, right? But they are uh, they're in the same kind of cells or the blocks. That block can be understandable as interface. So block will not change, interface will not change, but the implementation, the content inside it can change. It will be different for all others or everyone, every different cell.
So is it correct to say, like, if there is a procedure, like the early format of the procedure, where I am not defining the, if you can mute yourself, guys.
Okay, yeah.
So what I'm saying is, so suppose there is a format for the procedure. I'm not talking about the actual procedure what is happening, comparing something, not like that. Only the format of the procedure, like that can be taken in interface, whereas the like the inner body, like where I'm actually the procedure is taking place, that can be taken as the second part,
Yeah,
interference or.
so interface, yes, complete the block. What you have, let's say you have a name, you have a bracket, there you are putting parameter,
Sorry to interrupt. I
and
can't see your screen, sir.
I'm not sharing the screen. I was just talking. Now
Okay,
you can
sir.
uh,
see.
This one. So interface is the actual, like the
Yeah,
condition.
yeah. In the starting, whatever you are doing, so
Hmm.
that curly brace starts off and it ends. Outside that, whatever you are writing, it should be considered as interface. This is your interface.
Hmm.
And inside that, whatever you are performing, it can be comparison, it can be maybe just addition or something like that. It
If you
will
can
be an
illustrate, site wise.
uh, if I can,
Yeah.
if I can what?
If you can illustrate that in terms of, some illustration or
Yeah, you
anything.
can just see. Hopefully, there is a procedure. Mm, yeah, so see this thing, this one, and where you are ending it, it will remain the constant thing. You are giving a name, get something can be replaced with any other name, and this parameter can be replaced with any other parameter, and this thing will remain the same. So these two, whatever you are starting and ending with, this is your interface you which you are using. And then inside this thing implementation happening, it can change. It can change for any other code. So here it is, let's say, checking double while loop. It is checking for if condition here and there, but the other procedure can have little only one while loop. But this thing will remain the same. So this interface will look similar, where you can change the parameters, you can give anything else, but other thing will can the implementation can change.
Got it. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so you can just read out, these are the things which is written in the slide. You can read them again and try to understand. Yeah, so just like that, I said implementation can change, but interface must remain same for existing call to work. So the data, whatever is handling it is, so let's say, let's go back to this. So this table 2 can become table 1 also if it is checking for that. But yeah, so everything here will remain the same, and it will just looping through this with a different content, or the while loop can change for any other procedure as well. It can only take one while loop, it can take multiple while loop, so it is varied across all the other procedures. Okay, so after this, when we talked about procedure, we were thinking that it was doing correct job, and whatever we wanted, we were asking it, and we were getting a result. We were saying that this is the parameter, this is the data, and we were getting some result. But around that corner, you got some side effects. Side effects, what they call in this course. So there is some change in the data which we have given to the procedure or the pseudocode or whatever you call it. So what do you mean by that? So it means that, let's say I have given a pile of card which is sequencing from 0 to 29th, so 1 to 30th, but when I am getting back the data, I am getting maybe 30 in the starting, and then 15 in after that, and then 16. The sequence number is now replaced here and there. It was not the one which we have given to the procedure. So sometimes it doesn't really really a bad thing, but uh, sometimes it should be remain the same. uh, Somebody want to speak? Okay, so it can be a good idea to have a side effect, but it is not for all the cases. So I've just written 2 lines for this, but you may understand it. So if the deck or the pile is predictable, you don't have to do anything, and you're not really care about how the numbers gonna sequence number gonna be happening. It is allowed, the side effect can happen. So particularly for sorting a deck, sorting in terms of total marks. So if I have given full deck to the procedure, and that deck is giving that procedure is giving me a full of deck, and the sequence number is changed here and there, I am okay with that, because I said to the deck, please sort it out. So sort in terms of total. So whoever has got maximum can come to the first, and then after that, or whatever the number is after the total marks, the highest one. So it is okay there. But it can be a little odd, and it should be avoidable where we are asking for calculating the marks. If you have you seen the week 3 videos? Anyone? Yes, no?
Yes, we have seen.
Do you remember any of the side effect which the professors have talked about? Other
The
than
series or the arrangement get disordered, like the 29th become the first and the first becomes the last. The order may get reversed.
yeah. So these 3 were talked about. So no side effect when you are doing. Please mute.
जैसे भी थोड़ा नीचे भी कर देते हैं नीचे भी कर देते हैं बाद मानस तो छवा ना बच्चा कुछ क्या कर बन फिर का बतावा दे बचवा से
I'm not sure how.
और बचवा से खत्म हो जाएगा
Yeah, please mute Ravi Kumar, whoever that is.
हम सोचे तुम मैंने कि सारा उतना पैसा
You
लगे
can mute everybody
नहीं
if
कटवावा
that's
से बोल
possible.
I'm
दिया
not seeing that
पंद्रह
option.
सुखावी था
It should be here. Okay, thank you, Ravi. Okay, so yeah, so these three were talked about. So first one, there is no side effect where you are doing summation for the marks. Reversing a deck is, so it is okay. I don't know why it is tolerable, but yeah. And here, this sorting a deck or file or data set is the thing. So you want it. You want it to be changed. The sequence number should have been changed. This
So,
one,
excuse me, sir.
yeah.
Can you explain the first one? No side effect, sum of marks.
Here we don't care about how the data set would look. Here we are only concerned about the total marks or the sum of the marks. So it is not really changing anything in our result. So we only wanted sum of the marks, right? We are not
Yeah,
bothered about the deck.
if we change the value, it also doesn't bother about it, right?
Change the value means change the value of what?
We are inputting two values, uh, and we are changing them. So sum of marks doesn't depend on them.
Didn't get you exactly. So you are giving values and what?
We are inputting two values, and then we are
What are
changing,
those two values?
and those two values we are changing to another one. So will it affect
No, no, so what
mark?
are those two values? What you are saying?
For example,
What?
if you are inputting a equal to 2 and b equal to 3, so we are summing
Why?
up with the procedure. Yeah, and
Why?
we are
Why we
changing
are
one.
giving two values A and B?
For example, I'm saying,
Yeah. Okay. No. No. So here in this, when you're doing sum of marks, uh, you have the marks. You just read one pile, one card, then second one, then the third one, then the last one. You're just reading one card at a time. You're taking out the total marks or whatever marks, and you're just adding up to the initialized that variable. So even if the card number has been changed, there is no side effect for us because we just wanted a result at the end.
oh, okay,
That is sum of marks. That's
okay,
what we are worried about. So there is no side effect in such. So
thank you.
that's why no side effect. And reversing a deck is one of the example. I would ask you to go ahead to that video where they have talked about these side effects because it will be easier for you to understand there. I've not fully covered it here, but it will be a good idea to before going to the exam, it should know at least how side effects should work. And professors have covered it very neatly, so you can just go ahead and see the video. It is a short video. You can just go ahead, right?
Yeah, thank you.
So
Yeah.
if we talk about that, so let's visualize a data in an Excel sheet. So we
Hmm.
have we have some data over there. We have marks. So if we are summing, like if chemistry is greater than say 50, we will add up. So in any terms, we are not hampering the exact data structure or the exact section where the actual data lies. Correct.
Yeah.
So that's why we are
Yes.
not, there is no side effect. But whereas we take the 30th position to the first position, the first row, and the first row to the 30th row, then order might change. is that the reverse condition here comes? Like it's tolerable.
Yes and no. There are multiple cases of how you want your data set to be given back.
Okay, I'm just trying to
So
visualize things.
yes,
And
correct,
the
correct. You are
and the
right.
third option where we are trying to bin them up or this segment them in 5 different sections where I'm considering few parameter like male, female, gender, or something like that. So all of a sudden we have distorted the single data structure into 5 different category or 5 different loops. So that is where the side effect comes.
Uh, okay, so what you said is example of binning. In that binning, you are sorting something, but this example is mostly about all the card which you have. But now I am asking you to sort it in a order of total marks. Let's say so. Total marks is, let's say, 300 for some student. So even if it is in 17th card, it should come on the first place. And then somebody has 290. So it should come from maybe 28 to the second place. So
Okay.
this is what I want. So the side effect, what we were talking about, it is happening here, but I wanted that side effect to happen because I wanted total marks in the first, second, third kind of position. So 17, 28 can come here, but in the first place, when I given the card, it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The card was in that manner. But when I'm
Okay.
getting the result, it is giving me in 17, 28, 15, and 1, 2, something like that.
Okay, so
So
can
this
we
is
tell like
designed.
the once we arrange the data or sort the data in ascending to descending, the
Yes, correct,
jumbling that
correct.
happens, that is what we are talking about
Yeah,
here.
that is what we wanted. We wanted a sort of in terms of maximum marks, or it can be in ABCD also. Sorting can happen like that. We wanted that. So that is a desired side effect, but it is a side effect. Side effect means it changed the full data set globally. So this is what side effect is in
Okay,
one line.
okay, got it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so this is what was covered in week 3. The major thing which you should be focusing on is how procedure is working, how will you call that, and it should be returning something. So it should return a data and what parameter you are giving. So this is the main thing we should be focusing on in terms of answering the question and in terms of the quiz. So this week is about that. Okay. I guess week 4 was basically two things: nested iteration, and then we were talking about binning. So nested iteration is like you have already seen a for each loop or for loop. Inside that, you are also again writing a for loop. So that multiple looping or multiple iteration happening is called nested iteration. So outer loop will perform once, and then the inner loop will perform for n time, and then again the outer loop will start off for the second, and then again inner loop will perform for nth time, and then this continues till the point the outer loop is finished. So this is like that. So and you can assume it like m multiplied by n or n multiplied by n times the loop happening. So this comes under nested iteration. Okay. After this, we talked about nested iteration. So after this, we saw that if we are doing some comparison or we are doing some iteration, it is taking very much or very long time to happen. It is taking multiple iteration, and so many times it is happening. So it was very difficult to manage that. And in terms of either it can be a space complexity, it can be a time complexity, it was not that great in terms of iteration. So we came to a logic which is called as binning. Binning comes to the picture whenever we want to do some iteration among few set of people or set of buckets or set of bins. So this is particularly in this format. You first sort out the full data, and then you divide them in equal bins, and then you do the comparison. So it reduces some computation time as well as the space complexity. So this is binning, what we have tried to use. So one of the example we have taken that, if we talk about score data set, we can bin it in five categories. It can start off with 0 to 20. It can go to 21 to 40 and something similar like that. So this is what we have tried here. Uh, we have also tried to see if this is correct or not, if it is working for us or not. So we have talked about a formula which has been used in mathematics. When you are doing n cross n comparison, you will came across this formula which is saying half multiplied by n multiplied by n minus 1. So this was without binning. So you have particularly one data set, and then there you are doing the comparison. It is doing n cross n comparison. So when then we tried to create a k kind of bin, k type of bins, and then we change this formula to this. So this kind of formula we have got, and then we thought that, yeah, is it working for us or not? We had taken one example and tried to see how much it is reducing the comparison value. So this kind of formula comes to the picture. What is factor of reduction, they call it. We try to put the values n equal to 9, k equal to 3. So n is the data points which we have, and we are dividing it in 3 bins, and the reduction factor comes to the 4. So comes to 4. So that means only 9 needed. So basically you were doing 36 comparison, now you are doing 4 comparison, something like that. So this is what was there. Okay, this has been already been covered. I'm not focusing too much on it. You won't be asked question related to this also, so don't worry too much about it, how it is working or not. But you should know that these things are there. Now this is the few things which you should be remembering, and then we should proceed to the question, and we should try to solve some question. Any question till now what I have talked about?
No, sir.
Right, so hopefully you have got the understanding what are there in the weeks, and then we should start off doing some questions here. Basically I would tell you, so you can keep your copy pen with you. I would tell you what kind of question you should be getting, and then we should proceed by doing few questions till 8, I guess, right? Okay, so first question is like this. You should expect a question where you are asked about while loop. Okay, you are doing some comparison, comparison between the values, multiple comparison, and or condition can be given. So while loop kind of question you will get. So you have to tell what is happening and what you will get uh, for this. This means this one, first one, initialization step. So first question is about while loop. It should be there. You should practice those kind of questions. After that, you can expect this maybe. So here you might be asked about the same kind of thing where you should know how operations are working. Are they sanity approved or not? They are correct or not? They are doing the correct comparison or not? And then you have to answer these things. So something like this you should be knowing. You will get a question where you have to fill in the code. So you may have defined a logic that at the end of execution, A will capture the maximum number of pages of the book which is written in language other than English. So you have this thing written to you. Now you have to fill in the code by given in the option. So these are the things given. You have to fill in the code. So this is the third type of question which you should be getting, and you should be practicing these kind of questions. After this, so this is same format. Mm, Yeah, multiple while loop also you should be seeing one or two question at least. You should at least by yourself try to perform that. You are understanding how multiple iteration or nested iteration is happening. And yeah, if you are getting it right in one or two question, that is good. Otherwise practice more so that you can get comfortable with this. You have time, so maybe you can do it. Yeah, so this question is one of the things. So here you have to see the each line and tell which line do you think is wrong or it can be changed among the option given. It can be a possibility that multiple line are wrong, and it can be a possibility that there is no wrong line in any of the lines in this given code. So keep your eye on those questions where you have something similar to this, so that you don't get confused while you're giving the exam. Yeah, same kind of filling code. Uh, yeah, so this kind of question can come. So you have to tell, you have to initialization happen, and now you have to tell what the first one and what the second one is doing. So it can come in this format as well. So you have to do the same thing you have done previously, where you are
So
asked
sorry to
about only.
interrupt.
Yeah.
I always face to find the error. So how to be sure that yes, this is correct means.
So whenever you are finding the error, is it matching with the this one, this options also? Are you there?
First I check means error in line 5.
Hmm.
Then
Hmm.
I go to
No, no,
error
this
in
is
line.
wrong. Wrong. No, no, no. So don't check like that. First of all, uh, in these kind of question, first read the question what it wants. So let's say till this point. So this is what it wants. Write it down by yourself in the copy that these are the things need to be checked. If you have written those things, now follow in the code, in this code, that are they doing something what is written above in this. If you are fully satisfied, then only go to the option. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
If you go, so different kind of question may have different kind of analogy to be performed. So here I can go ahead with option and then go to code, it is okay. But when they are asking for a error, I have to first check myself and then go to the error lines. It can be possibility that you think that line number 3 is an error, but sometime it won't be here, right? That is good for you because you have your own assumption previously itself before going to the option. It helps there. Otherwise what will happen, you when you see the option, you will only look at that particular point, and sometime if you look more one or twice or thrice, you will think error, yahi hai galti iski. It can happen like that. Okay,
Okay, sir. Okay.
so it can happen. Okay, so the one of the studies has happened. So the few people don't post their photos on social media. Why? Because they are overthinking and overseeing the photo itself. They think that this is very bad. So first they have seen it looks okay, then they are saying then it looks bad, and then worst, and then they don't post on social media. So this happens in the code as well. So let's say if you see line number 5, in one or twice you will say, yeah, this is wrong, this is not looking correct to me. It can happen like that. It happens only. So be aware of that. Okay, we'll come to this. We'll check how it should work, and we'll
Go
do
to
the
the
question.
code.
Yeah.
Here the confusion arises. First C is equal to false and then C true. So I'm getting confused between true and false. How it's true and how the initialization of true false and how the statement holds true or false.
No, so what is your confusion? You
Suppose they have initialized something as true, and then
Okay.
they are taking as false, and then again for a condition they are
Taking or
taking
changing?
changing, I would say.
Okay. So you're getting confused when they are changing the value of C?
I'm getting confused how the false and true work in this case
Okay. So
altogether.
first line, whenever it is defined, it is a initialization step. So you cannot do anything about that. You have to take that into consideration, and now because that first line has it been already been given to you, now you have to do something to change it. Okay, that doing something will be given in the question. You have to read the question, and then if you think that it is satisfying the particular question statement, then this will be replaced by true, or if you want to replace it by false, again it can replace by false. It's up
So
to you.
initially we will take it as false only.
Yes. So first line, so anywhere from starting you have A, and then this is the first line where you are initializing C, right? So it is the starting statement they have given to you. Now you have to work with that. You don't have to think too much about it. So this is the first statement given to you. Now you have to make some changes by seeing the question statement, what it is saying, and then you will do something. And if it matches with the question statement, then you will perform a change operation there.
But sometimes I've also seen initialization as true also, and
Yeah,
checking
it is okay.
reverse.
Yes, you can initialize as 0. You can initialize as 100. It's okay. You can keep it true. You can keep it false.
Instead
The
of
starting
here,
can, yeah.
where C is equal to false in the starting, in some statement or some question, I've also seen where C starting as false is true. C is equal
Yeah,
to true. Then again, where they have again changed to
yeah,
false.
because they might be checking this. So let's say if it is true, they might be checking it inside this condition, right? So if they are checking if this satisfies, then they should go inside. Now, so see this question. We'll talk about this question for now. So you have two if conditions. Okay, it is telling you till the point. So you have C given as false in the starting. You have two if condition. If these two aren't satisfied, then check if this C is true or not. So it should be true till this point. Otherwise, if it is not, then A won't be incremented or won't be changed to 1. It looks like a wrong code, but anyways, you can understand like that. You have to do some operation to make the change here. The false to true or true to false. It's up to the question demand what it wants. It can be start off with true, it can be start off with false, but you
So is it similar to alternative hypothesis and null hypothesis where you assume there is no relation and then we check for the things like that?
you are going too beyond. Yeah, obviously you can think like that, but here it is based on the question. You can think of it as true. You can start off. If you have a different kind of if condition, you can start off with false also. It depends on the question particularly what you want uh, in that. So it depends mostly. So null hypothesis and others don't go to the mathematical part or stats part, but yeah, it is also like that only. You start off with saying my hypothesis is that it should be false, and at the end you by the percentage you make it true. But here it is not about the percentages, it is about the condition which you have given. So you have given this condition. If it is satisfies, let's say if the condition is the year should be more than 2002, so it can make it true. And it can happen like you just ignore it, so it can become like year lesser than 2002. Now you can start off with true here, and then you can make it false. So it depends on the how question is written over there. It can either start off with true as well. So here You can write it as true and then you can make it false.
There are few
It
questions
depends.
which I have taken from PYQ.
Yeah.
So there was similar questions. So in case if times allow, we can take that as well.
Okay. Okay.
Sir, can you explain line number 11?
Uh,
What does it
we
actually mean?
will
Yeah.
wait. We'll wait. So I'll just complete what I wanted to say, and then we'll come to the seventh question again. So this kind of question you should be checking, and yeah. So this is important because this is a newer kind of concept. You should be knowing how procedure works, how it should be called, and what should be return statement here. So this is little time consuming when you are reading the code, but yeah, try to perform these things. Okay. uh, Apart from these, one more question can be given where you have to give answers in uh, numeric value. So you can read through the code and you are getting some return statement. Let's say B is giving 7 or 5 or something. You have to write it in the that uh, TFT screen, computer screen, right? So NAT kind of question can be there. So that is also you should be working ahead with. Okay, let's come back to seventh question. So as I said, first let's check for the question what it is saying, what is the demand of the question, and then we'll go to the code. So the line number one is saying it is about library data set. At the end of the execution, A should return something. So what is that? A captures the number of books which are published after 2010. Okay, the first condition is this, and it is then asking or have less than average number of pages. uh, Average you don't know, but in the next line it says assume that variable average avg holds the value of average number of pages of the book in the data set. Okay, two conditions are there, but they are in or here. So either one or the next, either one of those things should be satisfied. Now in the code they are asking if there is some wrong line written, and it will not do the same thing. It will not check at the end of the execution. A will not be returning number of book and this and that. Okay, now how many of you have understood the question what A should be capturing, or you can just tell me. I'll just do one thing. Yeah, so let's, so it was asking for a book. Yeah, yeah, it was asking, it captures number of books which are published after 2010. So let's see what is going on in the code. A equal to 0, initialized as 0, good, nice, we don't have any problem. Then a while loop is running. Table 1 has more rows. Okay, so it is checking for table 1 and it has more rows. It reads the first row X in table 1. Till this point we are okay. Then we are initializing C equal to false. Okay, not sure what it is used for. Then if condition is there, it is checking if X dot year is greater than 2010. Greater than, right? Here it says A captures the number of books which are published after 2010. Is this if condition checking the correct thing? What
Yeah.
is
Yes.
yeah?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. So greater than is that basically means after. And then also it should check or have less than average number of pages. So it has a next if condition. Until this point it is changing C equal to true. It looks okay because it was false, it is checking and doing something, then it is saying if x dot pages is greater than average.
No, less.
Okay, so
It should be lesser. 8.
line number 8, it looks not in the correct statement what is given in the question. Then after that there is one more if condition which is saying if C, that means if it is true, this C is now true, then A equal to 1. What do you mean by that? So
Incrementing 1.
So it should be A is equal to A plus 1.
I didn't get your voice correctly.
So it should be A is equal to A plus 1 because we have initialized A is equal to 0 at the beginning.
Yeah. So because this question says at the end of the execution, A captures the number of books. Okay, number of books means count. Basically, you are checking for the count. But even after doing, let's say if it is true, C is true, it has been true, any of the case has matched, it will still be 1. It will not give us the count. Okay, so line number 8 is not the correct thing to be made here. Line number maybe 12 can be a thing which is wrong. And then after that, we are just moving X to table 2. Okay, let's now see the options. First of all, there is no error, it is saying. Do you believe there is no error?
No.
No.
Okay, so let's see. As we see, we have line number 12. Do you think this is a error which we have?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's a
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Then it is asking for line number 9. But I don't think there is any issue. It is okay because if we don't pass this thing, we won't go to line number 9. So I believe line number 8, or what do you think?
Yes, line number 8.
line number 8.
Yes.
Do you think line number 5 is also wrong?
It's
No.
correct.
No, no.
Now you can go ahead and check if the answer is this or not. Okay, so any questions in this? Are you still struggling to understand what is going on? Hopefully you have got it.
सर मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है
Okay.
यहाँ पे और कंडीशन है तो ये जो 5 के बाद जो इफ एक्स एयर इज ग्रेटर देन 2010 वो ब्रेसेस वहां ओपन हुआ कर्ली ब्रैकेट फिर और
Okay.
कंडीशन है तो ये कर्ली ब्रैकेट 7 में क्लोज किए अगर एंड कंडीशन होता तो क्या ये ब्रैकेट 7 के लिए क्लोज नहीं होता
So see how if condition works is it can check one of these and it will become true. It is fine. Let's say if you have to check both of them, you have to write it inside to make it maybe and, or inside means this parameter. You have to write and x dot page greater than or whatever this is. You have to write it here. Otherwise, you could have written if condition in the first conditional loop, and after that there should be one more if condition inside it to check if it is correct or not. So and basically wants both of them to be correct or requires only one of them to be correct, right?
yes
So either one of them are correct, we are okay. If any of the if condition is satisfying, we are okay with it. If there is and, we have to move them together. We cannot separate them out. Here we are separating them out. It can work with or, but not with and, because and requires both the values to be satisfied. So both should be either inside and, or there should be double if condition inside each other so that it can satisfy that. Hopefully
okay
you,
yes sir got it
okay. Yeah, somebody has raised a hand.
Yeah. So can you just explain line number 8 again?
We want to just so do you want this to be explained, or
Yes,
Uh,
only that line.
so here we wanted have less than
Okay, okay, got it.
number of average. So
Got
less, not less than. Okay, let's go ahead. So I guess there is one more question, something similar to it about error. I would ask you guys to try it out. So let's do it for now. So in the question it says it is about scores data set. At the end of the execution, A captures number of female students. Okay. So gender, I guess it is checking. Number of female students who are above average in at least one of the subjects. So you have to check for that. Any subject it can be above average, any of the subject. Assume math, physics, chemistry holds average subject in math, physics, chemistry. So this is what you have. When you see the pseudocode, it starts off with A. So A should capture what? Can anyone tell me what it should it capture at the end of the execution?
count of female students.
Only the count?
Count of
Who are
female
above
who are
mark.
above average in at least one subject.
Yeah. So it can be either one subject, it can be more than one, it can be more than two also, but at least one. This is the thing. Now, so let's see the code here. It starts off with while loop. Table 1 has more rows. Okay. Read the first row X from table 1. Good. Then the conditional check is going on. So here, if check something, X is the card and then the subjects, and A is incremented to 1.
There is a error in line 5.
Okay, right. So line number 5, because we wanted to capture number of females, so it is asking for a count and it will give us only one. Either all of them are covered, but it will be giving one. So let's keep this line in our mind. But we have to go to this procedure. This procedure is calling. It should give us true whenever it is above average, right? The female student should be, it should be a female student and it should be uh, above average in one of the subjects. So this procedure will check that, and if it is correct, it should give us true. Okay, so procedure start from here. Y is the card, C1, C2, C3 are the subject. So first conditional check is y dot gender should be female. Okay, good. And the other condition is checking for if mathematics is greater than C1. Uh,
And
yeah, so MPC is average. Okay, so these are the average. Now mathematics and is written over here.
11th is also wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's your
at the
Yes, sir. Or
at least one subject. So
Okay, so this is that, and then it is checking for else. Uh, Obviously this is wrong, so if we change it to or, this may become correct, right? So 14th and 15th should be okay, isn't it?
yes.
Yeah. And let's see the curly braces. So it starts ends here, it starts ends here, and then it starts ends here. So if it is not a female, it should return false. So it is okay, right? It is correct.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so we had line number 5 and line number 11 in our mind. So do we have that? Okay. Yeah, line number 5 and 11, but there is something written. Oh, but it is okay, right? It should be correct thing.
It's
You should
correct.
return false, right? Yeah. You can check the answer we have got the correct one or not. Okay. Let's see one of these questions maybe. So fill something here. Any question in the previous one? Do you have any questions or you have understood? Hopefully you have understood. Okay. So in this question, as we have discussed earlier as well, so whenever you are working with this kind of question, you know that these are correct lines and you only have to fill this. You just read the question first. The following pseudocode is executed using library dataset. Okay. At the end of execution, A is set to true if and only if there is a pair of books with same genre and same year of publication. So this should be our pointer to notice. So the pointer, it says if and only if it should be true when you have same genre, a pair of books should have same genre and they have same year of publication. We'll try to straight away go to the options first and try to neglect those options which are not really a good thing to have in our mind before even starting the code. One thing to notice that A is starting from false. Now let's see the option. So if let's say if you have same genre, hope you have got the context, same genre and same year of publication.
Second
Okay.
option is true,
So
sir.
it will be and in it.
And.
Yes, a second.
Yeah. So even after let's say uh, neglecting or here, okay, uh, and option B and option D can be considered, but when we see A, it should be true because it starts off with false. Let's say it was a true statement here, it was true here, then what
Then
should be
it
the
would
correct?
be false.
Then we'll take A is equal to false.
Yeah. Okay, so this is what you have to check. Now you
Sir,
can read the
no.
question.
Sir, I have a question here. Usually, when we initialize these flags, we
Yeah.
usually initialize it with false because we have seen certain questions where the error is that the initialization of the flag is incorrect. So, how do we treat that then?
Uh, it can happen. It is
This,
okay.
this is where my doubt also comes, because initially we take it as a false only, then how can we change it to true? What I was talking
No,
about.
that is different. That is when it's reset. But and then one false true is for outer loop and one false true is for inner loop. So that is very clear. But I'm asking that fundamentally, is it okay for the flag to start with true and then we can get questions like that? Is it?
It is fine. It is okay. So see, if I have to set, let's say, if I have in my mind that I will start off with true, I can set it like that. It is fine for me. It depends on how and who is setting the question, right? So it is okay. Both are okay, but the end result should be something which we want. End result can have true or false, but end result at least tell me that I have got the correct thing what I wanted at the end or not. This is the main thing. It can start off with true, it can start off with false, it can start off with any integer as well, but yeah, it depends. So when you go forward, in few of the cases in programming language, you can start off with 0 and you can start off with 1 and they can consider as false or true as well. So it's up to you how you set the question. So it is fine, completely fine. It can start off with true, it can start off with false, and it can be replaced at the end with whatever the required thing is there. So yeah, don't have to worry too much about it. Hopefully, you don't get confused there in the exam.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so uh, I guess you guys know most
Sir,
of the questions here. Third,
13 number question, sir.
13. Which one is 13? This one? We have done this
Yes, sir.
kind of question, right?
सर वो
What is the
वोवेल और
equation?
कॉन्सोनेंट का थोड़ा कंफ्यूजन हो जाता है.
Oh, okay. Should I teach vowel and consonant, or should I? What should I tell you here? Should I solve the question completely?
Yes, sir, please.
Okay. Okay. Just like it says, it is about words data set. At the end of execution, A captures number of sentences. That means it is a count which is checking with at least two nouns. So it is about part of speech that have at most two vowels. So that part of speech, uh, away. One second. So it is saying number of sentence with at least two nouns. Okay, two nouns that have at most two vowels. So is it about only one noun or both the nouns? Okay, let's assume both the nouns they are talking about that have at most two vowels. It cannot go beyond two. So it can be one, it can be zero, it can be two. So cannot go beyond that. And they're saying there's some mistake. Okay, it start off with a equal to 0, c equal to 0. While loop is running, table 1 has more card. Read the first row x from the table 1. The first condition is checking x dot part of speech is noun or not. Okay, it is checking like that. It is saying yeah, noun or not. And one more thing, it is checking count vowel x is less than equal to 2. Okay, but where it is checking for two nouns.
It's wrong.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see what it is doing. So till this point it is checking for part of speech as noun.
That portion, the part of speech is noun, and in that particular X word or part of speech, is there two vowel? That is what it's checking.
Yeah, but in the question statement it is saying at least two nouns should be there in the sentence. So row X is one word, and if it is a noun or not, and then it is checking if that word has more than two vowel or not.
Right. One word at a time.
Yeah, then it is incrementing C. Okay, and there is one more if condition which is checking if the word is ending with a full stop. Why is that so? But okay, before that, let's go to count vowel procedure because it is calling for that. So let's see the count vowel procedure as well. It start off with initializing I equal to 1, b equal to 0, and there is a while loop checking if I is less than equal to letter count of this particular y, that is a word, and if ith letter of y dot word is a vowel, increment b, and then increment I as well, and at the end return b. Do you think this procedure is correct? This is correctly checking for the count of vowel. Anyone?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So I also believe that this is correctly counting the vowels. But where is the condition which is checking for? Okay, this line number 8. It is checking if C is more than equal to 2 or not at the end of a sentence. That is
It should be
basically
smaller than.
should be smaller than.
Smaller than. Less than.
Okay, so you're saying this is wrong, and so it should not increment 8, and this should be lesser than equal to 2. The C should be lesser than equal to 2 at the end of the sentence, right?
Here, why we have taken X word ends with full stop?
It is checking for the sentence. So it says number of sentences. So it is checking one sentence when you are done with these things, and then at the end you are checking for the sentence if it is ending there. So let's say you have first sentence is he is Swaminathan. So you are checking three words, and Swaminathan with the dot, that is checking the sentence. So one sentence can have one noun and more than one, or something like that. Hope you,
Yes.
yeah, okay. Now till this point, line number 8 is what we are believing that this is wrong. Any other line which you guys can see if you're still struggling to find out? Does this if condition is
Line
correctly
10th
defined?
also seems to be, we are incrementing the C, but again we have it, C is equal to 0.
Somebody is saying line number 21. Why do you think this is wrong? Okay, let's see if we are doing the correct one. So let's assume uh, he is Swaminathan is one of the word. Okay, sorry, one of the sentence. He is comes in this. So if he is noun or not, do you think he is noun?
No.
No. Okay, so this is not there. Then it again checks for full stop. It is not a full stop, so it ignores this line and then moves to the second, move x to the second one, and then again comes back. So is it is checking noun or not, then again checking for full stop, again coming back Swaminathan noun, yes, then incrementing it at the end. It is uh, not more than one, so it is incrementing it. Is this correct? It is not incrementing it, yeah. So line number 8 is only one of the statement which looks like it is wrong. And we don't have any option like that, I guess. Oh, okay, so it is believed that it can go inside. Yeah, okay, yeah, it is also right. So this is also not the correct one to make. So even if it is more than that, it can go ahead and change this. It should maybe decrease it or something like that. It should not increment a. Yeah, it looks okay to me. Any other from you guys? Somebody said I is wrongly updated. Do you think this is wrong? It should not be updated like this. Somebody said, right? Can you just speak up maybe? No? Are you guys there? Hello.
Yes.
Line
he's there.
number 5.
Okay, line number 5. Why line number 5?
No, sir, it's correct. Correct.
That's
I
correct.
thought it's
Sir, what
talking
about
about
line
4.
number 10? Sir, because line number 10, if C keeps resetting to 0, then that is not correct, no?
It's the
Uh,
beginning of a second
But it's
sentence.
running only
Yeah,
inside
that's
that
why
block.
count 0.
Yeah, it should, whenever you are stopping in at the full stop or it is end of the sentence, you should make it 0 so that you can start off afresh in the next sentence.
Uh,
Uh, but
no,
yeah, so
sir, the problem is that with this one is that it's given if C is greater than equal to 2, only then C is
yeah,
equal to
correct.
0, and that's
Yes,
the problem. Because if,
yeah,
let's say, a sentence has less than 2, then C never resets to 0. So that's
correct.
incorrect.
Yes, yes. It shouldn't be here. It should be outside this if condition where
Yes,
the
sir.
first if is there.
It needs to
Yeah,
be
right.
outside the block.
Yeah. So this can be one. And line number 9. Yeah. Any other?
Sir, C for both condition.
C for
Um, both the condition or mm,
didn't get you. What?
So
the
what
letter
is the-
C is for both condition or not?
Both the condition means what? So this is incrementing
Uh,
here, sorry, initializing here. It is checking if, yeah, so it is both the condition. So it is completing the full check.
well, so why have you selected that
Sir,
A?
I'm saying about if X part of speech or if X word ends with a full stop.
Uh, still struggling to understand what you said.
Line number 4 and line number 7.
Yeah, that is a full thing. So you, when you are checking in line number 4, you're checking for the part of speech should be noun, and it is checking for the count of vowel. But when you go to slide number 7, it is checking if this particular word which we are talking about is the last word of the sentence or not. If it is the last word, then we have to do something. So it is every time checking if it is the last word or not, because we are counting the sentences, right? So we have to have a knowledge of sentence if it is ending or not. Then only we can count if it is two vowel or two nouns there.
Okay, sir.
Sir, why have you said line number 9 is wrong? It's correct, no?
This condition is particularly not correct, right? So you're saying
It is at most 2. No, it's correct, sir.
if
A-
C is more than 2, then you are incrementing A.
Yeah, because oh,
At most,
but
C should be
line
less
number
than or
9,
equal to 2.
yeah.
but line number 9 itself is not wrong.
If let's say if you have incremented, if you are going inside, so we don't have any option for line number 8 here.
But C
Uh,
is more than equal to 2. No? It can be. Acha.
so you are saying
Acha. No. Got it. Got
have,
it. Yes.
yeah,
Oh.
at
Line number
most,
8 should be
because
wrong.
line number 8 is not in the option, we cannot do anything. What we have is this line. This, if it goes inside it, we should do something here which is not the incrementation of A. Otherwise, we'll get some wrong answers here, right? Wrong count, isn't it?
Yes.
I don't know. We'll we'll input and check the answer, sir. That's the only way to do it.
Okay, so see, uh, here it says,
Ideally, she here if the in the eighth line, ideally it should be the vowel count, that is C, that should be less than equal to 2. Though, so it would be reverse. The signs should reverse. In that case, 9 and 10 is okay.
No, 10 is still not okay. 10 still needs to be 10. Yeah, then 9 and 10 is. No, then
10,
also
9 and 10 okay, na? If we reverse the order,
yeah,
here C is
see, but
greater than or equal
see,
to.
let's say
Yeah.
let's say it is correct, or it is checking for the 2 count. If you go inside it and say it as equal to 0,
Hmm.
only then you are going to stop it, right? Otherwise, if it is not, let's say if you have noun more than 2, you won't be stopping it anywhere. The C will be incremented all the times,
Hmm.
or other sentences also. So that will be a wrong thing. So this C is wrong. It should be outside this if condition. So line
Yes.
number either, yeah, in between 12
Yeah.
and 11.
Yeah.
And this is wrong because you cannot increment A, because this is satisfying a wrong condition. Here we want at the most 2 noun. We cannot go beyond that. So, but it is checking more than equal to 2 at most. So this is what we have. So not more than 2 noun can be there. But let's say if it is 3, it still be incrementing A. It is not what we want. The incrementation only should happen when we have got at least 2 noun in one sentence. So this line number 9 is, that's why it is wrong. It should be wrong.
The
Oh,
C here is the same. The line number 5 we have C, where
yeah,
C
this C
is
is checking for the count of noun. So, so this is what it is checking. The question says capture the number of sentence with at least 2 noun. So this is what it is checking. The full thing have at least. So in this sentence, you have got 2 nouns or more than 2 nouns that have vowel which are at most 2. If it is there, then C is incremented, and then it is again checking at 8 if it is more than 2 or not.
So, then it's correct. No, at least 2 nouns. At
If it
least
is, let's say, C equal to 3, then what do you think? What will happen?
no. So C is equal to 0 is anyways in the wrong place. That is agreed. I'm just
Hmm.
wondering about C greater than equal to 2. If it is
Oh, okay,
nouns,
okay,
it's correct now because it's
okay.
at least.
Right, right, right. Yeah,
So
my
actually
bad.
9 is correct.
Yeah,
9.
9 is correct. Yes. Sorry about that. I was in some other other place, I guess. Yeah, it is correct. So at least 2 now. Yeah. At least means, yeah, more than 2. Sorry about that. Thanks for correcting me. Yeah. Oh, okay. So many things. Okay, so only one we are
When it
getting.
comes in the exam, I'm getting it wrong. Now I'm confused.
It can happen. Yes, I cannot. I have done it. So when I was in the exam, I have done it twice in CT and in Python as well. So I was getting everything correct, but yeah, it happens. Okay, so yeah, till this point, line number 10 is only thing which we have got as
Can we
wrong.
check the answer as in now?
I would not suggest, I would not check. Try to check it in your, otherwise, it would be embarrassing if I have got it wrong.
Ah, no, it's nothing to be embarrassed
Okay, I'll just check. Let's see.
because that way,
Okay, somebody said line number 21. This one, we have not discussed this, why it was. Uh, Still, okay,
So
it is
yeah,
checking.
this is
Sorry.
correct.
Yeah, okay, let's see what it is doing. So while I is lesser than equal to the letter count, good. If the condition is saying if the ith letter is uh, okay, it is a vowel. If it is not a vowel, then if it is not a vowel, it is a consonant, then I will not be incremented.
That is a condition. That is a check.
So similar to this, what was happening here, this is
it has to
also,
check every letter.
yeah. So it should be outside this if condition. So I should be incrementing every time, not only when the vowel is there. So that's why, yeah. So both the things are same. These are the catch. So you have to check these as well. So that's why
Actually,
it is.
I wanted to discuss few PYQs for previous year and beyond that. So
Sir, can you
maybe
explain again why I is in wrong place?
Yeah. So this is only thing. So if you go inside this if condition, it is checking if the word the letter is vowel or not. If that letter is not a vowel, then I will not be incremented. That means I will stay at one only, let's say, and while loop will not do anything. It will again do one, again check for vowel. It is not a vowel. Again come back one, again not a vowel. Again one, and something like that. So it should be outside so that I should be incremented, and then while loop should be one, two, three, four, and then it should check like that.
Okay.
Similarly, what you have seen in here also. So c equal to 0, it should be outside the if condition so that it can easily, uh, whenever the full stop is there, it should do the 0. Okay, the question which you said you have, Tanmay, I guess you
yes.
can. Yeah, so one question I can take. The others you can come tomorrow and you can ask those questions. You have the session tomorrow as well. Any one question you can just tell me.
Actually, I have my like works and also that's the reason I have missed most of the session due to my office schedule.
Yeah, so that's the thing. So yeah, just one
Can't
question
help.
I can take. Maybe you can just tell me.
Okay.
You
I,
have the access for discourse by any
no,
chance?
unfortunately, I don't have the discourse because I haven't qualified the qualifier.
Oh, okay, okay. Otherwise, you could have just come there. Maybe you have got the answers there. Anyways, you can just tell
That
me
is the
one of the question.
nectar that we guys are missing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So any question, one of the question you can just ask me, and maybe I try
There
to
are
just answer.
many actually.
Oh, okay. I would advise you one thing. Try to focus on these mock questions.
Mhm.
It will be helpful to, yeah, score
Or
good.
is it possible to reach you to any of you guys for any doubt clearing apart from the schedule called that we have?
Uh, you can reach out in the discourse, but yeah, obviously you were not there.
I'm not a part of discourse and having
Uh,
office from morning 9 to
Sir, if
evening
we post in
something.
discussion forum, will
Ma'am,
I don't have that access for discussion forum.
Right now, I'm using leveraging ChatGPT and Copilot to clarify my doubts. But then again,
Yeah, it is not. So for this course, ChatGPT might not be too helpful because this is very basic kind of English language programming, and the rules which are set by us is coming only to this particular computational thinking course. So ChatGPT doesn't know completely what are the rules. So it might give you wrong answer as well. So be
that's
aware
good.
of
That's the
that.
reason I'm joining the session for the first time.
Yeah. So yeah, so this is what we have. So that's the thing. I would advise you go through these questions. If you get time, come back tomorrow. You can get uh, your doubts.
Tomorrow, I can't see there is any session.
There should be. I'll just stop sharing my screen.
I don't know. See my calendar.
There should be a session at the same time, 6 p.m. for tomorrow, Friday.
Okay,
Are you able
yes.
to see it?
Yes. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was okay.
Yes. So 6 p.m. you can just come and maybe you can clear your doubts there.
Okay. Thank you.
But yeah, so one advice for all of you: go through all the questions what are there in the mock, and it will be very helpful for you. Yeah. Okay, so that's it for today. All the best for your quiz. Hope you do well. You can use that GitHub link and prepare your for your exam. Bye. Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.
25%. That means 1/4. 10 into 1/4, right?